this evening, and thank you all for being here from all over the country, from all over the world. We have people from Florida and New York and Los Angeles, so thank you so much. And also from Canada. Our guest speaker tonight is from Canada, so a hugely global community. So for those of you that we haven't met before, this is Journey to the Heart and Soul. It's a non-profit organization, a social enterprise for the community. And as we're looking at Mental Health Awareness Week next week, this is really apt timing tonight, because we have a whole evening of a toolkit for you, skills that you can use in your everyday life. So we will start off by introducing Daniel, which I'm going to do in a moment. And then we will be talking to Marina, who will be looking at emotional release. And then we will hand over to Yvonne, who will be sending healing to the world, the animal, the planets, and all your loved ones, both here on Earth and those who have passed away. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my son, Daniel. And Daniel is in Canada. Daniel is in Canada. He's practicing music at the moment. He's taking a degree and will soon be going to Boston in the USA. He studied Qigong for 7 years, and he has been really instrumental in helping with the team to form Journey to Heart and Soul. So thank you, Daniel. And for all of the trainings and teachings that you've done over the years, we thank you so much. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to my son.
Thank you for the lovely introduction, Mum. And it's so wonderful to be given the opportunity to talk with you today. I feel so grateful and excited and enthusiastic to share with you the techniques handed down by some of the masters of mindfulness alive on the planet today. The power of these exercises lies in their simplicity and their ability to be carried with you wherever you go in your heart. I felt that I wanted to share these techniques with you today because during the course of our lifetimes, the Western world has accelerated relentlessly. The results of this can be seen in the increase of anxiety, stress, and a disconnection from source and spiritual values in much of the population. Traditionally, the East has been a platform where souls can incarnate to gather wisdom, and the Western world has served as the environment where this wisdom learnt can be put forth into action. If I could ask Paul to kindly put on the yin-yang symbol that I sent through. Thank you, Paul. As the world has become a smaller place, the cultures have been blended with disciplines such as mindfulness and the physical exercises of Hatha Yoga and Tai Chi becoming mainstream. Much of the East has become westernized, with many countries becoming capitalist powers, complete with the anxiety and stress it can bring. I believe that the East and West have much to offer each other, and I see a vision where these forces of wisdom and power are existing in harmony with each other, creating an ever more beautiful world. However, much of the balance has been lost. And in this beautiful symbol of the yin-yang, we can see the embodiment of balance and of the yang principle, here symbolized by the Western world, and the yin principle symbolized traditionally by the East. And what I think is that in our culture, in our Western culture, this yang principle, this going out and this creation and this doing and this movement has sped up so much that as you can see, when it gets to the fullness of the peak, the yin starts to come back in. And I believe it's almost as if somebody upstairs has decided to flick off the switch on the world for a while that has become so chaotic. And we can see maybe a sort of a return to a yin movement in the isolation and the lockdown that we've all been experiencing. Looking on the bright side, I can see that the diminishing of worldly activity has eased the burden on the planet by clearing pollution from the waters and the air. I see that this yin movement in the cycle has brought a tremendous opportunity for spiritual growth, affording us the opportunity to carry out our own mini spiritual retreats in our homes. This is a rest that the collective soul of humanity has been crying out for. We have tremendous challenges that we are faced with at the moment on the physical level with COVID-19, on an economic level with the slowing down of business and the fear of survival that this has triggered, and also on the level of mental health. As a 17th century French philosopher Blaise Pascal wrote, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. And we are being called to do exactly that. There is a famous discourse by the Buddha called Knowing the Better Way to Live Alone, which teaches us how to be mindful of the past, the present, and the future without getting swept away by any one of them. And the link to this discourse can be found in the chat, which Paul has kindly sent through to everyone. A beautiful modern day manifestation of this principle is Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now, which you can also find in the link to the chat. There'll be an audiobook that's being put up on YouTube. These beautiful teachings instruct us how to free ourselves from the undisciplined mind and show us how to connect with the beauty of life wherever we are or whatever we are going through. We are experiencing a volatile time in history, and I feel it is important to accompany our spiritual growth with a deep rootedness and grounding. Here is also a link in the chat to the 10-day Qigong exercise routine from the 1995 Channel 4 documentary Stand Still, Be Fit, created by my instructor, Master Lam Kam Chuen. I've been, as my mum mentioned earlier, I've been practicing this art for almost 7 years now, and the change to my health has been incredible. I would highly recommend taking a look and trying out some of the postures in this series while we have the time. Another beautiful practice that will be the main focus of our talk today are the 16 exercises of mindful breathing that for me are an extension of the Qigong I have learned. The regular practice of this set of exercises can radically affect our mental health, building fearlessness, courage, resilience, and peace. The beauty of these exercises are that they are portable, and once learned can serve as a guardian angel on our shoulder, giving us strength throughout all of life's experiences. The vibration of these exercises are not as grounded as the Jam Jong, which is another name for the Qigong, but are valuable resources to help us cope with the stresses of the world. Over the past 4 years, I have felt the energies on the earth become increasingly more and more difficult. During this time, I've adapted my own personal practice of mindful breathing exercises to breathing in, I'm aware of my base chakra. Breathing out, I smile to my base chakra. While we practice, we get to know ourselves on a deeper level. And by using the wisdom and intuition that we acquire, we will know what type of practice is right for us and what type of energy we need in order to achieve balance. The breath of life is love. And by focusing our attention on it, we open ourselves up to the world of spirit. While these 16 exercises offer a powerful scientific foundation for the practices of mindfulness, we must remember that source is found in the present moment, and that just a single mindful breath of the first exercise can take us directly there. Love is the foundation for spiritual growth, and it dwells within the heart of each individual. The light in our heart will guide us safely through the wonderful things we are yet to discover. Love must be tempered with wisdom, and wisdom says that in a storm, which we are in, the base of the tree is the safest place to be. And if I could ask Paul to kindly put up the image of the 7 chakras, and I will explain where the base of the tree is. Thank you, Paul. Practically, this means that if there is too much spiritual energy and not enough earthly energies, we will become like an upside down pyramid and lose our power. We can then become uncomfortably sensitive, overly emotional, and may find it difficult to engage in the dense energies of the physical world. An abundance of earthly energies and a lack of spirit is even more miserable. And to be truly happy and thriving, we must strike a balance between the two. So as we can see in the picture, the 3 upper chakras, so the throat, the third eye, and the crown, represent the spiritual bodies, with the heart dwelling in the center of our being. In peacetime, this is the most satisfying place to live, in the heart. The 3 lower chakras represent our earthly vehicles and our sense of worthiness, power, and security. And when I say the base of the tree, these 3 lower centers the solar plexus, the sacral, and the base are what I mean. In challenging times, these lower centers really shine and are where we want to be spending the majority of our time. And if I could also now ask Paul to put up the final picture of the star. Thank you. The sign of the six-pointed star is a beautiful symbol of the light that will act as a guiding post for our meditations. It is representative of the perfected man and woman and carries with it a vibration that, when coupled with our positive thought, can break down barriers and heal negative situations for the highest good. We are in a transitionary phase from the age of Pisces through to the age of Aquarius. We are in the next stage, but it will take time to fully establish itself into the next golden age that will be coming. This age is of the mind and of the spirit, and the world will and has been presented with many opportunities for spiritual growth, and also with vehicles for connecting to the light. In this age, there will be a second coming of the Christ, which I believe won't be in a physical body, such as manifested through Jesus Christ, but will be accessible to the masses. It is a mass raising of consciousness and of the earth vibration that will usher in a wonderful age of brotherhood. This world event is an opening for us to begin to live in this new way, and we will create it through our intention. This means learning how to control our thoughts, which take form, and through us unwaveringly holding this beautiful future in our minds, we can create it and pave the way for the new age to fully establish itself. These exercises that we will look into cover the four main categories of mindfulness: the body, the feelings, the mind, and what is mysteriously called phenomena. The link to these to the sutra of the full awareness of breathing is in the chat, and I will now guide you through the meditation. So the first exercise is becoming aware of the breath. Find a comfortable position, preferably with the spine erect and with your feet planted on the floor. You may shut your eyes if you wish, or you can keep them open. Smiling softly, become aware of your breathing in and out through your nose, and allow your body to relax as your breath fills your lungs, filling you with a deep peace and relaxation. Now say with your mind, as you follow your breath, breathing in, I know this is an in-breath. Breathing out, I know this is an out-breath. And now repeat 3 times with a shortened version. In, out. In, breathing through the nose, out. In, and out. Now allow your mind to clear for the next exercise, while continuing to breathe through your nose. The next exercise is breathing in. I follow my in-breath all the way through. And breathing out, I follow my out-breath all the way through. In, all the way through. Out, all the way through. And again with a shortened version. In, all the way through. And out, all the way through. In, all the way through. And out, all the way through. In the third exercise, we will become aware of the body, bringing our mind home to establish our presence and to touch the miracle that we are blessed with to have such a wonderful instrument. Breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. And breathing out, I am aware of my whole body. say in your mind, breathing in, I am aware of my body. Breathing out, I am aware of my body. In, I am aware of my body. And out, I am aware of my body. The fourth exercise is to release any pain and tension in the body. As through the stresses of day-to-day living, we can accumulate a lot of tension in the body. And through relaxation, we can strengthen our immune system and improve our health. Smiling is mouth yoga and changes the chemical balance in the body through the mind-body connection. Smiling can influence our emotional state in a powerful way, and we can deepen our practice by taking time to smile to the various organs of our body, sending them each the healing energy through our breath. The fourth exercise is breathing in, I calm my whole body. Breathing out, I calm my whole body. In, calm. Out, calm. In, calm. Out, calm. In, calm. Out, calm. In the fifth exercise, we will learn through our focus how to generate a feeling of joy. A good practitioner will be able to produce a feeling of joy anytime he or she wishes by learning how to direct their attention to all the wonderful things available to us in the present. Breathing in, I feel joy. And breathing out, I know joy is there. Breathing in, I feel joy. Breathing out, I know joy is there. In, joy. Out, joy. Much in the same way, we can learn to generate a feeling of happiness by touching the miracles of life available to us in the present moment and all of the wonderful things we have to be grateful for. The Buddha describes a feeling of joy with an element of excitement, like when a thirsty person sees in the desert an oasis. The feeling of happiness carries more peace and contentment with it, symbolized by the quenching of the thirst when the water is drunk. Breathing in, I feel happiness. Breathing out, I know happiness is there. Breathing in, I feel happiness. Breathing out, I know happiness is there. In, happiness. Out, happiness. When we have generated enough positive feeling, we can then begin looking into the more uncomfortable feelings we have. The seventh exercise is breathing in, I'm aware of a painful feeling. And breathing out, I calm that painful feeling. We can now say, in, I calm my feelings. Out, I calm my feelings. In, I calm my feelings. Out, I calm my feelings. When we find a feeling, we can call it by its name and smile to it, much like the practice of smiling to each organ to send it healing. Another wonderful technique is the Sedona method that Marina will be showing us later. Thoughts and feelings are linked and feed each other. A quiet mind will be a peaceful mind, and our thoughts literally take on form, hence the term mental formations. The eighth exercise is breathing in, I'm aware of my mental formations. And breathing out, I calm my mental formations. Or in, I calm my thoughts. Out, I calm my thoughts. In, I calm my thoughts. Out, I calm my thoughts. In, I calm my thoughts. Out, I calm my thoughts. In the ninth exercise, we become aware of the mind. Breathing in, I am aware of my mind. Breathing out, I am aware of my mind. Breathing in, I am aware of my mind. Breathing out, I am aware of my mind. In, aware of my mind. Out, aware of my mind. In the 10th exercise, as much as with the feeling, we can make our mind happy. The mind can be seen as being like a garden where beautiful seeds can be planted and the weeds can be removed. The 10th exercise is breathing in, I make my mind happy. Breathing out, I make my mind happy. In, I make my mind happy. Out, I make my mind happy. In, I make my mind happy. Out, I make my mind happy. In the next exercise, we learn to concentrate the mind. A concentrated mind will be full of energy and will give us the focus we need to make a breakthrough into the true nature of reality. Breathing in, I concentrate my mind. Breathing out, I concentrate my mind. In, I concentrate my mind. Out, I concentrate my mind. In, I concentrate my mind. Out, I concentrate my mind. In the 12th exercise, we can liberate the mind from past and future and old habits of thinking in order to release ourselves from the cares of the world and touch life deeply. Breathing in, I liberate my mind. Breathing out, I liberate my mind. In, I liberate my mind. Out, I liberate my mind. In, I liberate my mind. Out, I liberate my mind. Next is the concentration on impermanence. By observing natural law, we know that all things are impermanent, and so is this global situation, which is good news, as it means that this challenge will certainly come to an end. Breathing in, I observe the impermanent nature of all dharmas. Breathing out, I observe the impermanent nature of all dharmas. Or in, I observe impermanence. Out, I observe impermanence. In, I observe impermanence. Out, I observe impermanence. The 14th exercise is the observation of the appearance of a desire. All of our desires are indicative of a root there to connect with Source. And once we are still and at peace in our natural state, we realize this, and all other desires cease. Breathing in, I observe the disappearance of desire. Breathing out, I observe the disappearance of desire. Breathing in, I observe the disappearance of desire. Breathing out, I observe the disappearance of desire. In, disappearance of desire. Out, disappearance of desire. Next, we will observe the phenomenon of nirvana, or quenching. Nirvana is the extinction of wrong views and the mindfulness of our true nature of no birth and no death. We are immortal and have always been and always will be. By touching this realization, we come into contact with the ultimate dimension and we are able to transcend fear. Breathing in, I observe nirvana. Breathing out, I observe nirvana. In, nirvana. Out, nirvana. In, nirvana. Out, nirvana. Finally, we observe letting go. But what exactly are we letting go of? We are letting go of negativity, judgments, and opinions. All opinions in Buddhist thought are wrong. And when we are present with the energies of concentration, insight, and awareness, and our mind is at home with our body, we don't have opinions anymore. Instead, we have a direct encounter with the life, and we have wisdom. We should also be prepared to let go of the practice, seeing it as a vehicle the Buddha described as being a raft that carries us to the other shore, from the shore of the world to the shore of spirit. Once we are back home in ourselves, the practice can be seen as the vehicle that has transported us and not as the destination. We can then treasure this exercise without getting caught in its form. Another way of doing this is through the image of the finger pointing at the moon. Now together, we will practice the final exercise. Breathing in, I observe letting go. Breathing out, I observe letting go. In, letting go, and out, letting go. In, letting go, out, letting go. That concludes our meditation, and when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes. The beauty of these exercises are in their flexi and how we can integrate them into our everyday lives. They can be performed any position of the body, sitting, which is very solid, laying down, standing, walking, or while we perform everyday tasks such as cooking or cleaning, by transforming these everyday activities into opportunities for spiritual growth. I would recommend keeping very grounded for things like driving though. I use variations myself for playing musical instruments, which gives me a deeper connection to music, and also for performing on stage, which eases nerves. Another method that we can utilize is that of mindful walking. Using the same principles, we can breathe in on an instep and count the breath 2, 3, 4 with each footfall until we breathe out 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3. So my fingers obviously feet. I would also like to share with you a closing down technique from the Qigong I've learnt and how to protect ourselves. So this exercise, which is very short and is just involves the physical body, is called sealing the Qi. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, you put your left hand on top of your right and you have your belly button and just slightly lower. That is your Dantian, or you can call that the basic. And then breathing in, you put your left hand on top and also you slide down like that. Breathe in, left hand on top, hand over your heart and slide down. In, left hand on top, out, hand over your heart, slide down. So that's, we do that 3 times. And then just putting our hands on our kidneys at the back here. You rub your kidneys like that, gently. And then breathing out, just lean back ever so slightly. It's not a yoga stretch, it's just a little bit. And inject in all the lovely energy you've got there. Just while I'm standing, before we seal our energy, you can also do a sort of a grounding technique. I just maybe wanted to share with you quick. So the grounding technique is very simple. You have your feet shoulder width apart like that. And your feet, the only thing is never have them pointing inwards. You don't do that. What you want to do is straight or either slightly out to the side. Both of those are fine. And while you're standing nice and square like that, you can have little gaps between your fingers like that, littles, imagine. And you literally just swing your arms back and forth. And you can do that like 100 times. You can do it for as much as you want, but yeah, make sure you do about 100 swings. And don't put your hands high. You want to keep them below your shoulders. So just like that. And the more relaxed, there's no right or wrong way to do it. The more relaxed you do it, the more comfortable you are, the better. So just relax and enjoy that. If you ever feel like you need any grounding, you can seal your chi afterwards. Another great exercise is you can imagine yourself in an egg of light. That's very nice sort of protective visualization that we can do. And another one is also, there's a symbol which is a cross, like the Christian cross, within a circle. And by envisioning symbol on our various chakra energy centers, whichever ones we want, you put it on any energy center, but a popular one would be the solar plexus, as that tends to be an area that we can feel a bit sensitive sometimes. So we can imagine a cross with a circle, a shining white cross, and that will block any sort of energies coming our way and give us protection. So regarding our health, the mind digests sensory input, thoughts and energy food. Spirit goes beyond the 2 polarities, but in our world, happy and suffering are 2 sides of the same coin. We practice mindfulness in order to nurture the positive energies within us. Seen from a higher aspect, suffering is necessary to help us grow, to stimulate us and give us depth. But in order not to be overwhelmed by the negative, we must have a way of healing any circumstances that we face. This also relates to being mindful of programs we watch, conversations we have, beliefs we hold, and thoughts we think. As we go stronger in our mindfulness, our presence will be stronger, and we will be able to cope with greater amounts of difficulty. But while we are in the beginning stage of practice, our light is like a precious sapling that should be protected from the storm until it grows to a big, strong oak. I would advise to stay informed with the news, but not to overdo it at the moment, as much of it is designed to shock and draw in our attention. The use of these exercises, especially in turbulent times, are in the sense of solidity and purpose they provide. They can be seen as a type of yoga that helps strengthen and develop our spirit and soul to overcome any fears which we may face. The collective energy that we produce in our practice will have a much needed healing effect on the world, helping to bring peace and stability to the adversity we're all facing. Also, by training our minds in this way, we will be strengthening our creative power. By using the 6-pointed star as our guiding post, we will be creating a beautiful world from the higher end of our being. Each point of the star symbolizes an aspect of ourselves, all the way from the physical, astral, mental, all the way up to the celestial, with the in our heart blooming in the center. If we are stronger in our spiritual body, have a hard time grounding, then we may have a beautiful vision that we might find difficult to manifest form. Conversely, if we are very grounded, but are coming more from a place of ego and self-advancement at the cost of others, then our creative power will be greatly limited. By striking a balance between heaven and earth, and by living from the heart center, we can find a satisfaction and joy in life of which the world knows nothing, and that will take us into our future lives that lie waiting for us. At the time of death, when we go into the world of spirit, our mind becomes externalized, and we then experience ourselves. We can begin creating our heaven that we will enter while we are here on earth, training our mind. I would like to say a huge thank you to all of you today who have taken the time to listen, and it's a privilege to be able to present wonderful teachings. I'd like to also say a big thank you to my mum for arranging this and creating this wonderful online community, and to all of the team that make this possible. Thank you. Just as a passing note, when we're practicing the exercises of mindful breathing, we can do that every day if we feel drawn to do that. And I would recommend maybe doing about 10 breaths each. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I think I'm getting a bit of feedback, am I? There's a little bit of feedback.
That might be from my end. I might rejoin.
Yeah, there is a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
I'll try again. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're still getting feedback, aren't we?
So, shall I log out and come back in?
Yes, go out, come back.
Yes.
That's
I'll
okay.
come back in. Sorry about the feedback.
Don't worry. Well, Dan gave us so many tools there. Goodness me. A quiet mind is a peaceful one. That's what I took out of it for sure. So I know those breathing meditations came from Thich Nhat Hanh. So if you haven't heard of Thich Nhat Hanh, go and have a look. Absolutely amazing. And he's written a book called Peace of Mind, which is great for anxiety. So yeah, so moving on then, we're going to introduce our next speaker, dear friend Marina, who I know you've all met many times before, but as much as stilling the mind, it's very important to process our emotions as well. So important. And Marina is an expert of that with the Sedona method. So as we're all feeling lots of different emotions, probably more so than even we were 10 weeks ago now, as we're coming out of lockdown, I think people are feeling it even more actually, because we have been on adrenaline. This may be a method that you can use to help you process those feelings right through to the end. So Marina, I'll hand it over to you.
Hello, thank you very much, Suzanne. My name is Marina Dushkov. I think I met almost all of you, but anyway, welcome whoever I haven't met. I would like to introduce you to emotional release called the Sedona Method. And Sedona Method is the book. This is the whole course if you choose to buy just the book. It's not my book, by the way. It's by Hale Dwoskin. So I have been using this for over 20 years. And it is a magical way, especially if you experience your kind of volcanoes. I was a volcano woman and I really calmed down a lot. It is a heaven to me. Anyway, doesn't matter to anybody else. I feel much better. Anyway, what is Sedona Method? Sedona Method is I do explain it with a pen because it's most appropriate. If you imagine that we hold on to the concept in our mind, they are connected with the emotions. So pen represents the feeling emotions, and hand represents the awareness, which is observing and witnessing. So when you hold on to the emotion, you identify with the feeling. For example, it's my pain, it's my grief, it's my sadness. So I tend to feel that if I hold on to it, it will somehow protect me, which is not necessarily a truth. But basically, when this pen, then I hold on subconsciously. When you open the hand, as you can see, this pen is not attached to my hand. Neither is the emotion and feeling attached to your body or your system. So when you open, you naturally can fall down. And the main thing what we are going to practice is focusing on observing the emotion and feeling in this exercise. So I just want to go to gallery so I can see everybody rather than watching just myself. Okay, so what we are going to do, I wanted to let you know that this is the natural process, which means I will guide you with the questions and do your best to observe it, to answer it spontaneously with your heart rather than your logical mind. Just do your best, you know, that's all you can do. And just follow my, meaning just observe as best you can. So are there any questions before we start? I'm kind of, okay. So if you make yourself comfortable, please, and again, you can keep your eyes open or closed, it's equally okay. And could you allow yourself to take a deep breath and exhale gently in your own time? And another deep breath. By the way, focus on your feet and bring the grounded energy like a tree roots, grounded energy with a deep breath. And then exhale gently. And one more deep grounded breath. And exhale gently. The reason we are taking deep breaths is to tune in into your body. So now could you just allow yourself for a moment to stop and allow yourself to be what you are. And notice that you don't have to do anything in order to be what you already are. And the reason I'm saying what you are rather than who you are is to say that we are more than just a personality in mind and body. So could you just allow yourself to be what you are? And just be what you are. And could you allow yourself to bring to focus that's something that is disturbing you at the moment in your life? Just bring one thing. Don't bring the whole list, please. Just focus on one thing and just bring something to your mind that is disturbing you at the moment. And could you just welcome that disturbance as it is? Welcome the stories, welcome the pictures, welcome the sensations, welcome welcome it fully. Just allow it to be here and allow it to be present with it. And could you also welcome the sense how personal it feels? It's your sense of personal. We very much identify with our, so please welcome the identification. I'm not asking you to let go of the identification, I'm asking you to welcome it. So could you welcome identification with it as best you can, just for now, and allow it to be here. And then could you also welcome up any sense that you want to fix it, change it, get rid of it, do something with it or about it? Could you welcome that sense too? And let it be here. And then as best you can, just for now, could you just let it go? Just could you? And would you let it go? And when? If now, take a deep breath. And could you now allow yourself to welcome any remaining, anything? Could you focus again on the same disturbance or something different? And just allow yourself to see how, just welcome it as best you can with the feelings and sensations and stories, any remaining. And just could you notice how personal it feels, the sense of personal. So, and then check, is that personal experience or are you just aware of that experience? Just check. And this is what you can really allow yourself to open up, to notice. Is this a personal experience or is it just appearing in this moment? Just notice, and you're just aware of it. Just notice. Could you also notice the sense that you want to get rid of it, hold it close, and do something with it or about it? And then as best you can, could you just allow it to unravel? Could you let it go? Would you release it? Just could you? And would you? And when? And the best way for you to distinguish in general and how it can open you up is to really experience, is the experience personal? Ask yourself, is this experience personal? Or am I just aware of this experience? And that will open up for you to not identify with it, and it will open you up inside. Just notice that, just check. Again, just look at it. Is that experience personal? Or is it just something that appears now and that you're aware of? Just notice. And could you then, as best you can, just for now, anything that it's attached to it, let it go. Just could you? And would you? And when? And we are going just to finish with a holistic releasing. So could you bring the same, either the disturbance or something else, could you bring something that you perceive as a negative memory, as a darker memory? Just could you welcome it as it is? You don't have to force anything, you don't have to make it bigger, just as it is. Bring something that for you at this moment represents something negative, darker memory, with all the feelings and sensation as they are, and welcome it, allow it to be here. And then could you also welcome the lighter memory, the something that it's light, that you receive as positive and light. And then could you also welcome the awareness beyond both memories, just what is aware of that and not affected by either. And just last time, could you welcome any remaining, a darker memory as best you can. And then any lighter memory as much as you do as best you can. And then could you welcome what's beyond both polarities, what is aware of both. And could you actually allow yourself as best you can to be that awareness, just as best you can. And just be what you are. And just be what you are. And then bring your focus on your feet. Take a deep grounded roots in the ground, deep grounded breath, breathe it in. And exhale gently. And then once more breathe it in. And exhale gently. And breathe, and then you can open your eyes if your eyes are closed. Is everybody okay? Just checking, just looking. So basically, my suggestion and my tip is, you can ask anything. If you have a worry, you can say, am I this worry, or am I that which is aware of the worry? And what that will do, that will let go of the hold on it. You know, you will stop identifying, hold on to it. And then you can start observing. When you don't have identification with something, you have no suffering. The suffering depends on identifying with it. So thank you very much. I will, there is the details there. I will copy them for you if you need to contact anybody. And I will over to Suzanne. Thank you all.
Thank you, Marina. That was absolutely fantastic. And if you'd like to contact Marina personally, she's going to put her details again in the chat. They were right at the beginning, but we'll put them in again. You may want to have a one-on-one or a group session. People will just contact you. Marina, is that okay? Wonderful.
Sure.
Sometimes
Absolutely.
it's important to have that support, particularly as we go through the next few weeks. I see in the chat someone said that they're grieving the lockdown, which is interesting, isn't it? Because we might have got used to that isolation of feeling actually of comfort, almost of safety, and now it's coming back into the world and going back into normal operation. So maybe you may need the support, and that's okay. So at this point, I'd just like to say thank you, Marina. Not only for that was absolutely wonderful, but for all you do for Journey to Heart and Soul. You are just coming so much from the heart. Thank you. And also a big thank you to the rest of the team, David down in Cornwall and Arthur, thank you so much. And of course, Paul is our technical genius. You know, I breathe a sigh of relief when I see Paul here, because for me, presenting and doing technology is interesting. But thank you, Paul, for that. And then introducing now Yvonne, who's also part of the team. Yvonne, a dear friend who always brings a beautiful angelic energy to Journey to Heart and Soul tonight. So Yvonne, I'm going to hand over to you. Take it away.
Hi everyone, I hope you're ready now to send some distant healing to loved ones, to nature, Mother Earth, pets, wherever you would like it to go. So I would ask you now to sit comfortably, feet flat on the floor, and start to take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. A deep breath in and out through your mouth. Close your eyes. Now start to feel your feet connecting with Mother Earth, and begin to feel the golden energy that fuels our soul as it begins to rise up into our feet. The light travels up into our legs, our body, into our arms and into our fingers. Up through our chest, base, and it overflows through the top of your head, through our crown chakra. The golden light flows all the way over us, just like it's giving us a spiritual hug. And now begin to feel the light as it starts to push its way through our skin, and we begin to glow. Archangel Raphael feels it's time for us to receive some healing, as we may be focused on others right now. So just take a moment to absorb this glorious energy. And now bring your focus to where you would like to channel your healing. See the image in front of you and begin to send love. Begin to send your healing for their highest good, from your heart to theirs. Such beautiful energy. But now it's time to take a deep breath and release and give thanks for Archangel Raphael for his love and guidance. Begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Bring your focus back into the room. Open your eyes. The energies will continue to be with us as we have raised our vibration. Any energies left will be sent where they are needed. So with love, I say namaste.
Thank you, Yvonne. It's absolutely beautiful. We always feel that stillness, don't we, after Yvonne's led the healing. Thank you. Thank you. So we sent healing to the earth and all those loved ones, people that have passed away as well on their safe journey home, to the animals and plants. And we've had a great evening, I think, of, wow, some fantastic information and tools to use. So Journey to Heart and Soul, it's a non-profit organization, as you know, so all the profits will be distributed to communities wherever that's needed. So that could be the homeless, it could be an animal sanctuary, all sorts of different causes for the community. So we have Mental Health Awareness Week this week, so be mindful of your emotions, of your mind, and if you feel you need help, you have people that will be there to support you. So you may want to see Marina, you may want to see Yvonne, and Yvonne, you'll put your details into the chat. So Yvonne has energy from within, so you'll be able to go and see her personally. Thank you so much for all of you who have donated to Journey to Heart and Soul. It means the world. And if anybody feels like they can or would like to, you don't have to at all. But if you'd like to, it's at www.journeytotheheartandsoul.co.uk. And we will be bringing you some online workshops called Uplifting the Spirit. Or is it, no, Uniting the Spirit. Uniting the Spirits, to get the name right. So look out for that in our next newsletter. And from me, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Sleep well. Thank you to all our guest speakers. Daniel, I think you're still there somewhere from Canada for your amazing talk. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for all coming in. Thank you, Paul. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Nancy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jane.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Suzanne.
Bye, Sam.
Bye.
I recognise your voice.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
Dan.
Sarah.
Bye, Suzanne.
There's Wendy there.
Yeah.
In the Caribbean somewhere.
Yeah.
Bye, Mary Van. Looking gorgeous with your sunflower. We love it.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Lovely.
Yeah.